People ask me all the time, Brian, who are you going to endorse for President of the United States? And I always say to these people that are always asking, everyone's always asking me this, I don't know why. I say, fuck politics. No. I say that there is a bigger game at play in politics than we have been, what the fuck's on my face? Led to believe. And I think we all know this because we all know we've been lied to for a long time. But like, there's actually like a bigger game at play that we can know about, that we can be aware of. And that's more what I'm interested in, you know? So understand the red and the blue, Democrat, Republicans, they're more of just distractions, you know? The people who are behind the scenes that care about keeping power and bullshit like that, taking power and manipulating people. They're, what you might call the Illuminati or what. It's a whole bunch of just fucked up, delusional people who are lost in this like fear-based game that they're trying to like take basically just take our rights and keep us manipulated into thinking that we're not free so much. This is making so much sense, right? Okay. Let's let's shift gears. So the idea is that because we are source, we are consciousness, we are energy, that we're not really physical. Like there's not like lack, for example, like doesn't exist, like it just doesn't. Everything is being imagined by the all. Everything comes out of nothing. There's just quantum physics has shown that there's just a unified field of energy that everything comes from, and it's eternal and it's infinite, and there is no lack. All right, so there's no lack. We're not like running out of resources. We're not running out of like whatever. We're not. It doesn't mean, oh, go crazy. Like no, like we don't need that. That's the thing, is like we just don't need the system like the system tries to make us believe we do. We are the creators of our reality. So, I don't really care who the president is, but I understand that most people do. And in that case, I'm looking at quality of character. I'm looking at, people who aren't controlled by the system. And there's only one candidate who I don't believe is controlled by the system, and that's Donald Trump. And now look, I used to be very liberal and progressive and stuff, like hated Donald Trump. I did. And I shouldn't say I don't like the guy, but I don't hate the guy anymore. Like I've forgiven it. Like we're all one. We are. And if we're going to practice that, we got to stop judging everybody and stop judging the past, because the world we're in now is not the world we were in before. It's not the world we were even in a day ago. It's changing on the fucking daily lately. Like we are shifting so goddamn much because so many people are waking up, and you become a lot more powerful of a creator when you're coming from a place of love and knowing yourself, versus thinking you're just a human in this society and what they've told you is what's true. And it's not, it's just not true. We have just been lied to about everything. Nothing is actually physical. Everything is mental and everything is energy. And the quality of our perception, the way we see the world, if we see the world the way we used to, if we see the world the way that we were taught to growing up, we will keep creating that world. That's literally how it works, because we believe the world is that way it is. If we change the way that we see the world, if we forgive the world, we start creating a more beautiful world. And this is infinitely more important and wonderful to know than anything that happens in any political fucking game. That's just the truth. That's the truth. And I know some people may not see all of this message. Only the certain people are going to see this message. And even people who do see this message, there might be parts cutting out. There might be things cutting out. I want you to know that if there is any interference at all, it is for your highest good. There is a time in which we're meant to know things. There is a time in which we are meant to understand things. But trust that the timing that happens for you is meant for you. And this is just a little extra thing I wanted to add in there. So, but seriously, like when we have these high frequency messages come through that anyone shares, you know, I've had conversations with friends, like through like audio messages, and certain parts of their audio message just goes blank because they're about to go into something and it's not time for me to know it yet. It's not for my highest good to know it yet. Meaning there's other things to learn. This is all consciousness. We are the creators. We have to recognize this. Spend more time pondering your perception of things, how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see God, how you see all that is, how you see love, how you see others. All right. The more that we can get in alignment with who we really are, knowing that we are all one, the more the world makes sense, the more at peace you feel, the bigger your heart feels. Seriously, it is so empowering to have your heart open and you connected with it all the time. When I'm connected with my heart, life just feels amazing. It feels like I could do anything. It feels like I can become anything. It feels like possibilities are endless, limitless, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Reality appears to me as very beautiful, as perfect. And then when I struggle to stay in my heart, when I'm in my head too much and I'm overthinking, I'm thinking too much, and I'm going back into those old ways of seeing lack or separation, you know, worrying about, oh, am I going to have enough to pay this bill? Or, you know, how do I make more money? You know, it's little stresses like that, anxieties like that, that are just old, you know. Those are the things we have to forgive and correct in ourselves. You know, when we start worrying about what other people think of us or looking for their approval or judging or anything that we're doing, that we're thinking about, we need to correct that in ourselves and say, you know, I'm not going to judge them because they are where they're meant to be, because we are one, because we all have a timing in which we learn from our mistakes, in which we learn from our misperceptions, and we heal. Healing your perception will change your life. Heal your perception so that your heart knows it is safe to be open all the time, so that the mind knows that it's safe for the heart to be open all the time, for it to be leading the way. In many ways, we are teaching ourselves heart-mind coherence. We are teaching the mind, the ego, that it is safe to trust and follow the heart's wisdom, even when it doesn't make sense based on what this ego has experienced before. Because when we connect with those old experiences, those old memories, and we start to go into that energy again, we repeat the past. It may not be exactly the same. It may be slightly different. It may be a different situation, different people, but we keep repeating those energies, those frequencies. The more we allow those memories to have power in the present moment. And instead, we have to literally choose new. We have to choose to see things differently. We have to choose unconditional love, even when we're not feeling the love. This is how we heal and transmute things. We use wisdom when we're not feeling good. We trust the wisdom when we're not feeling good. And that's how we shift the energies within us. And we change and we feel better and we're not triggered as much and we can be more peaceful. We can calm down. And we can remember that it is safe to be in the universe. It is safe to be alive. And it's all within. I love you.